We live, brother. We live. Oh, now we got the fake little. Welcome to another episode of What's the Word podcast. Your boy Dykeman Drew.
Bobby Santiago, aka Fuck Outta Her. What's goody?
I got a special guest up here today. Childhood friend, known him my whole life, and one of the best people to talk basketball, baseball, football, just sports in general. My man G. What's good, G?
Thank you, Drew. Thanks, Bob, for having me, guys. Word up.
Nah, you already know. So let's get right to it, cuz Bob, we had a discussion yesterday, and I think how Gio feels needs to be expressed compared to what you're talking about. So we're gonna let you explain how you feel about LeBron's finals, Bob, this championship.
All right, so let me just say, a championship is a championship. Technically, he won a championship. Got it. My personal take, it don't count. Why it don't count? Many reasons why I don't count. I'm gonna start off by saying one of the reasons is, and I'm not just pinpointing just the playoffs, but I'm pinpointing more generalized in regards to the bubble itself. Them having to play 12 to 15 games or whatever the amount of games they had to play before they entered the playoffs. And one of the reasons why I think the bubble was light was because, you don't have any traveling. You don't have any, finishing off a game, let's say in Denver, having to fly across to the next state, prepare the next day for that next game at night. You don't get the rehabilitation that you should get, as opposed to when you're in a bubble, you're walking directly to your room or the trainer facility. You're applying, rehab to your body right away. You're able to, to cure and be able to rehab faster, as opposed to traveling from city to city. Another thing that I pointed out was there ain't no fans. So the point that I'm trying to make with fans is you playing in a neutral court with no fans. In my career, my personal career, I didn't play against the Dukes. I played against a couple of big time schools. But when you play in that school or that opponent away, it's a whole nother story. It's almost like you're not going to win. The fans play a big role. So the way I look at it from my perspective is you got the Lakers. All right, let's say, let's start from the beginning of the playoffs, only the playoffs. Or if you want to keep it just the whole thing. You're not flying anywhere. You're not those back-to-backs. I think the back-to-backs, the league is trying to minimize them. I think they got them down to 12 games back. You get every team gets a total of 12 games, either back-to-back or back-to-back-to-back in one season, in 82 games. So when they started doing the back-to-backs or the back-to-back-to-backs, and you the Knicks, and you got to go fly to San Antonio, and you got all three Dallas teams in one shot, that shit is hard. Your body aching. If you saw one of the last game the Heat won, and they had Butler at the podium, he couldn't walk off the podium. So just think of it as him having to get on a plane after that game, not getting the real good Whirlpool ice to apply to his body, the cryopact or whatever they call it, but getting ice wrapped around, not applying that good rehab to your body until you land at 4:00 in the morning. Can't go to sleep. Got to rehab your body for that game at night. So that's my argument. I just think they had it easy many ways. I can't see it from the bubble perspective. I feel like these athletes act like they're oppressed because they're stuck in a bubble. Bro, you got it good. grab your ball kicks and roll down to the gym and play that game, and then go rehab. You know what I mean? Mentally, I think I think traveling and the structure of, you know, the misstructure of the way the NBA is, and it's nobody's fault with COVID and stuff like that. I just think that, again, there's no player fault. You know, they had to play with what they had, but I just think that it's a whole different mentality when you approach it like they approached it with the bubble and playing the games in the bubble.
G, what do you think about that?
Well, I'm gonna go to the traveling part first. Same for everybody. Nobody traveling, and we're talking playoff basketball. You travel to a city as a road team. You're taking 2 days off. We know this about the playoffs. After game 2, you gotta wait a third day for game 3. Correct? Because
yeah, 100% right. But I just to stay on the topic, I generalized it the whole bubble.
No, of course. But what I'm trying to get to is that everybody's playing in the same field. There's a level playing field for everybody. So that this team doesn't travel, well, this team doesn't travel either. So in that case, we're all playing the level playing field. There's no advantage towards anybody. Home fans, Denver, horrible road team, because they're young, probably because they're young. We know basketball, young teams don't win. You've never seen a young team win. I've never seen a young team win. So, as far as Denver's concerned, I agree. It probably helped that team not going on the road, because for the last 2 years they've been horrible on the road. They win at home, but they're horrible on the road.
Good point.
But like I said again, it's the same for everybody. And with no fans, there's no fans cheering for anybody. That's like, my point is that there is no advantage towards anybody. And your trainer was allowed to come with you. LeBron's trainer was there with him the whole time. Rajon Rondo said it today that he was the MVP of the playoffs. As soon as the game was over, as soon as the practice was over, LeBron's trainer's there. The Miami, he got one of the best training facilities, staffs in the world, in sports, period. Like, I'm sure these guys, they did what they had to do. Another thing is, a lot of these guys ain't coming into the bubble in shape. That's not LeBron's fault. And AD fault they came in shape. That's not LeBron's fault. He take care of his body while Montrezl Harrell come in weighing 270. That's not his fault. We cannot blame dedication, because at the end of the day, this mentally was the toughest finals. You in the bubble for 3 weeks. LeBron didn't see his family in 3 months. Excuse me. Like, mentally is different. This is not basketball that they're used to. Nobody was used to this. It's probably the toughest finals that you can ever win. And you got, not only am I saying this, but you got ball players saying, you got KD, Giannis, you got MVP saying this. You know what I'm saying? He was ready to go home. Like what Westbrook said, like, I'm ready to go home. Some people didn't care. But you cannot blame or say that it's an asterisk with this championship because they didn't travel, because there's no fans. No, everybody's playing level playing field. Level playing field. I know you Puerto Ricans, both of y'all, I'm going to say something in Spanish. Lo que igual no hay ventaja. What's the same for both of us ain't no advantage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The best team won at the end of the day. The best team won. The more mentally tough team. Look at that coaching staff they had. Different. They had Jason Kidd, Miles Simon. Like they had a bunch of warriors on that coaching staff only. They could, like, you know what I'm saying?
Their coaching staff could have beat that. Their coaching staff could have played it.
Their coaching staff could have played Denver. You're right.
Played their regular five and probably stuck in the game with them. That five is trash. Fuck out. That five is trash. You got only LeBron. After LeBron, what happened? LeBron gets hurt. What happens?
Well, but that's
LeBron. I'm gonna be real with you.
That's LeBron for the last 15 years, though. If LeBron gets hurt, what happened? LeBron left Cleveland, and they end up with the number 1 draft pick 3 times.
Yeah,
number 1 draft pick, which was fixed because they knew LeBron was coming back.
No.
So that's just my conspiracy theory. They went and they got Kyrie, they went and got Wiggins and Bennett. Bennett ain't work out, but what happens? Yeah. I remember telling Drew a year before this, if LeBron wanted to go back to Cleveland, the year before he left, I said that's the only place he can go. He can only go back to Cleveland. Like, you know, they got Tristan, they got Kyrie. You thought you was going to have Wiggins and Bennett at the high level. I mean, you thought that was going to happen. It didn't transpire that way. So when you say if LeBron leaves the team, LeBron's been leaving teams and they turn into shit his whole career.
No. What I meant is LeBron gets hurt. That team ain't winning shit. You said a comment. You said a comment on Facebook. You said a comment on Facebook that they were gonna win it next year too. That same team.
Oh yeah.
How?
I can't see how they won.
How?
I can't. AD just learned how to win. I can't see nobody.
AD still doesn't wipe his own ass. He's soft as fuck.
I don't know about that. He's playing with LeBron James. LeBron James has your imperfections. I've seen him make Boobie Gibson an All-Star. So he has it. I've seen Mo Williams an All-Star. Fucking with LeBron. You know what I'm saying?
I don't disagree. LeBron's went to every team LeBron's landed on. He's made that team start from he's made that team go from last place to winner right away. If LeBron gets hurt, what I'm trying to say is if LeBron gets hurt or AD gets hurt, one of them, it's gonna be tough because that team ain't made out. It ain't made out for an 82-game season to win it all.
If Kawhi gets hurt, if Jokic gets hurt,
exactly. You take out one of the best two players on any team, and that's
when we make predictions.
No, not at all.
We don't put we don't consider injury when you make a prediction. Because then you're gonna make the prediction. Like if I knew LeBron was gonna get hurt, then how the hell will I pick him next year? But I'm going off him being healthy and him.
No, of course, you speaking hypothetically.
Him being 35 and me knowing that him and Tom Brady spend the most money on their bodies in the world. They spent over $1 million on his body. He at 35, he's still at the rim, head first, head at the rim. Like I don't see that changing. And then his game can change. He felicitates first. So how will that game change? That's like saying Magic Johnson is going to change his game. Magic Johnson is the same type of person. Magic went to 9 finals. The last one with nobody. Niggas just know how to win. Now that the other team is better, the other team is better. KD, Steph Curry, Tim Duncan, Ginobili, Tony Parker. The other team is better. The other team is better. But LeBron, we know LeBron going to give it his all, and we know LeBron going to have 30, 10, and 10. We know that. So when you talk about injury, I of course I can't predict. If I think LeBron's going to get injured, I wouldn't pick him. But who knows that? Who knows that? Who knows that?
I'm not speaking in terms of who knows that. I'm speaking of hypothetically. If it happens, then they don't have nobody to go to.
That's what LeBron team forever. What LeBron team? When he had Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh, they probably don't win the chip without LeBron. Absolutely. They had a hard time winning with LeBron. The only team they ran through was a young OKC team, which goes back.
Miami was winning without LeBron before he got there. Just to let you know.
Huh?
They had a 50-game. Miami was winning before LeBron got there. Just to let you know. They wasn't winning that much, but they had a 50-game win season the season before he got there, and they went in the playoffs with Dwayne Wade and that team he had.
I hear you, but why did LeBron end up going there? Tell me why LeBron ended up going there, Bob.
Because he couldn't get a ring by himself. He couldn't do it in Cleveland by himself. I'm speaking facts. Well, why
because
what's the other reason why he went there? If he didn't get a ring by himself, why do you think he went? He went over there.
Why?
Can I talk? Let me finish. He went over there to Big Brother. He went over there to Big Brother, and apparently he needed that guidance. That's what was said, and he won his chip. He needed help.
I'm not gonna go to LeBron side. I'm just gonna talk basketball.
You're right.
The big three came together. This kid went to the finals in his third season. In his third season, he went to the finals. What Boston did as soon as he went to the finals. I said, we can't stop this kid. We need 3 of these motherfuckers. Let's go get KD and let's go get Ray Allen because this kid going to go to the finals 17 years straight. And he went to the finals his third season, got swept by Tim Duncan and them, by 4 Hall of Famers.
Yeah, Spurs all the way, baby.
What Boston did. Boston said, let's go get KG, let's go get Ray Allen. What teams like Boston and Lakers, they have these type of assets and they're these type of corporations where they get what they want. We know that already. Boston, 17 titles each. These two teams get whatever they want. They get whatever they want. I think that's proven already. Like these two teams, like the Yankees and let's say the Patriots, they run well.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we get into LeBron. Why he went to Miami? Because he's seen these niggas gonna play together for 3-4 years. How Orlando went to the finals? KG got hurt, correct? The year Kobe beat Orlando.
Yeah.
How they went to the finals? KG got hurt. This happens. Why Steph, his first finals, his first championship, every series their best player was hurt. Chris Paul. And I can't really remember that whole playoff schedule, but every series their best player was hurt. Steph, you can't take that from him. Right? This injury is part of sports. Now we're going into LeBron as far as him leaving teams and them turning the shit, and why he went to Miami because of Boston, the big three. Yeah, he wasn't gonna beat the big three in Cleveland. Nobody want to go play with him in Cleveland. He tried to get Bosh and Wade to go out there. Who the hell gonna go play with him in Cleveland? Who? So he decided to go to Miami. But why? Don't say that he won that he was
needed help.
He was a big brother. No, he wanted to win before 28. And Boston put that team together, Tony Allen. How he was going to beat them in Cleveland, Bob?
What do you mean, how?
How you going to beat that team in Cleveland? How?
Just like Jordan did what he did. But he was dealing with the Detroit Pistons, and he was dealing with that young team he had. Just like Jordan did when he was dealing with the Detroit Pistons.
And Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, they weren't at that time. And what I'm trying to say is Jordan had to make a crack at it a few times before he broke the rock. And that's exactly what happened. And the team that was coming up in the beginning when they were coming up in the beginning, they weren't as good as they were later in their career when they were winning championship 5 and 6. So they had to start somewhere. So why couldn't LeBron start somewhere?
How? Mike is winning 40 games.
Stay in Cleveland and make something happen.
He getting the 27th pick every year in the draft. He getting the 27th pick. Michael Jordan got your man at 5. Scottie Pippen. No, he got it done at 5. So what that means?
Scottie Pippen started playing ball in college.
The year before.
Scottie Pippen started playing ball in college though. So drafting Scottie Pippen is not a big deal.
My brother, when you pick 5th, that means that you ain't do well the year before.
Absolutely.
When you pick 5th, all right, and he had 2 picks that year because they got Horace that year too.
Yeah. So
don't say that. And then we're gonna compare.
I'm gonna say it.
This is the wildest. Listen, this is my only argument for LeBron as far as being a GOAT. Okay, because I'm confused sometimes. Mike left the team and retired. Scottie Pippen got robbed. He won 55 games. Should have been the MVP of the NBA that season. And then he got robbed by the New York Knicks, that bullshit foul called Hubert Davis. He was going to the finals, nigga.
Yeah.
Scottie Pippen was going to the finals with the Portland Trailblazers against the Lakers, and they got robbed. And that's documented. FBI facts. They got robbed. Them in Sacramento got robbed by the Lakers. And that's per FBI, nigga. Not per me. Not per theories. Mark Cuban putting the feds out on the NBA after his Mavs got beat by Shaq and Dwayne Wade. That I saw Dwayne Wade go to free throw line 32 times in one fucking game. And then Mark Cuban went and called his people at the feds like, there's something going on here, son. Am I right or wrong? That's a fact.
That's a fact.
Well, Michael Jordan left a team that won a chip, and Scottie Pippen won 55 games with Horace Grant and Tony Kukoc. When LeBron leave a team, they won 17 games.
That's a fact.
There's a big difference between the team that Michael Jordan had and the team that LeBron James has left. Big difference.
LeBron was a team for 3 years. Jordan was with the Bulls for years before he left. So they already had that chemistry. Pippen already grew into the player he was.
Again, when you're 25 years old and you got the 5th pick in the draft, then you're not doing well. When LeBron was 23 years old going to the finals, he got the 27th pick in the draft.
Yeah.
He never got an opportunity to draft his Pippen. He never got an opportunity to draft his Horace Grant.
Never.
He picked 25th and better any team he owned. What pick he got this year? He got the 2nd best pick in the league. Record in the league. Then he got the 29th pick this year, my man.
Yeah.
That's how good this man is. That you're never going to draft well with LeBron on your team because LeBron's so good that you're going to win 55.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. Gio. Does LeBron surpass Jordan at this moment?
Man, listen. At this moment, the only thing that he's better than Michael at right now is that he makes everybody around him better, and we can't even dispute that. Where my argument is that Michael and Kobe could never take these bum ass teams, early bum teams that. Let's just talk about the first LeBron team that went to the finals. Michael and Kobe take too many shots, don't get their teammates involved as much to take that team to the finals. I don't think so. That's my only argument for LeBron, where LeBron is more Magic. Like I said, Magic went to 9 finals. Last one with nobody.
Facts.
First one, no Kareem. Same type of players. LeBron's a better scorer, but the IQ and setting your teammates up and wanting to win and making the right play is a lot like Magic.
Yep.
He had 30 coming out his bag because he's that good. But his mind is more Magic. And that's why Magic went to 9 finals. You know what I'm saying? Last one against
So does he serve
Michael Jordan? The last one with Michael Jordan, he didn't have nobody on his team. The nigga won game 1.
Yeah.
He won game 1, then got hurt and they got swept.
Yeah,
he came back to game 5. But Magic beat that Bulls team by himself, game 1. How? Yeah. Probably had 19 points, but how? Got that bat in his hand, make them right decisions. A lot like LeBron.
That's when they switched up and put Pippen on them, and it was over. They figured it out.
Nigga had AIDS already.
Yeah.
It's a fact. The year before that, Isaiah Thomas said, "Whoever Magic is guarding, go at him." That's why Joe Dumars got a Finals MVP.
Yeah.
So wait, answer my question. So answer my question. Does he surpass Michael Jordan? You didn't answer my question. Yes or no? At this moment,
I think Michael's gonna be the GOAT because Mike. I'm not gonna say LeBron don't play no D, but you know, Mike's last play in Chicago. The last 90 seconds, man, layup, strip Malone,
steal,
game 1. Like that's like come on, like you can't put anybody else in front of that if you saw that moment happen live. Like how can you put somebody else before that if you saw that happen live? Where we seen LeBron's block, I seen LeBron have 25 against the Detroit Pistons, the defending champions in the fourth quarter. Like he has his moments, but to be Michael is. And you know, it was his face. He was furious. He was mad. He wasn't talking to nobody. He was a dog. Where we see LeBron get up and not run back on defense and argue with the ref, something Mike wouldn't do. And I'm just making, and these are in-game things that I would rather have Mike. Yes, I would rather have Mike. But it depends the team you give me, because if you give me a bunch of regular NBA players, because I will never disrespect these niggas and call them bums. If you give me regular NBA players, give me LeBron James.
Oh, absolutely.
Because LeBron James is going to find comfort in you standing there, and he's going to tell you, you don't get the basketball. While Mike, you know Mike going to take 35 shots. You need a different team around Mike. It's just like AI. You need goons around AI. And that's what Larry Brown did. The first LeBron team, you had a bunch of goons around them. And Mike can't make everybody better because as soon as he's down 10, he's taking 12 straight shots.
Yeah, that's it.
When LeBron's down 10, he's gonna find Daniel Marshall for 3. Mm-hmm. He's gonna find Danny Green for 3. You know what I'm saying? And that's the difference. And that's the difference. But if Danny Green makes them shots, and if Daniel Marshall makes them shots, which are right plays, then LeBron looks like he's great. Or you wouldn't even talk about it because these niggas make 3 shots. Where Mike,
great point. I've said that too.
He missed the shot himself. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
No, I said that too. Danny Green makes that shot. You ain't saying nothing. LeBron is LeBron. Yet
we talk about being off and not having that killer instinct, but LeBron got a beautiful number. 16 for 18 before this playoffs. Now he's 17 for 19 in closeout games. That doesn't tell me that he's soft. That tells me that when he sees blood, he's going out to take it. That's what it tells me. Like, there's blood, there's shark. Let's go eat now. You know, that's what that 17 for 19, that's what that tells me. You know, he lost one this time. He lost to Jimmy Butler when it was up 3-1. So that's one of the times. And another time, I think it was with the against San Antonio the first time that they played out, they won the chip. The first time they won. Okay. So that's an outstanding stat in LeBron's favor.
Yeah. You know Where do you rank him? Where do you rank him amongst the greats? Like, is he ranked? He's after Jordan? Because a lot of people.
I can only talk about the ones I've seen, man. And
thank you.
and he passed Magic for me.
Okay.
The reason why he passed Magic for me is that 27 points a game for his life.
Good point.
And 10 finals, he passed Magic for 9. Like, to get Michael, you're gonna have to get that 6. You're gonna have to get that 6 for me to even consider putting you in front of Michael. Depending on my team, 9 out of 10 times for my team, I will have to pick LeBron. Because I don't know who else.
Like if you were starting a team, right?
Yeah, because if I got the first pick in the draft, I'm not sure I'm gonna get a Scottie Pippen again if I pick Michael. But if I got LeBron, I'm making a Joe Dumars, and I know Joe Dumars gonna eat fucking with LeBron. Now he don't really have to be Scottie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then we're gonna talk about Scottie. Scottie's more LeBron Magic also. That's
I was just thinking that. Let me ask you this. If Jordan leaves and never comes back, do you think Scottie becomes LeBron? Becomes his own LeBron? They were similar. They were very similar.
Your man Michael Jordan retired the first time when his dad got killed, and Scottie Pippen won 55 games in the East. The East, it was what the West is now. Indiana, the Knicks. I keep going. Miami, like I can keep going.
Yeah.
Real Bulls out there.
Yep.
Scottie won 55 and should have won the MVP of the league. How you don't win the MVP of the league? You won 55 games. They gave it to Tim Duncan, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Wow, somebody. Akeem. They gave it to Akeem.
Oh yeah, when he was doing all that.
Because that's when he beat the Knicks in the finals. They gave it to Akeem. Or he beat Orlando in the Knicks. But how you win 55 games without Michael Jordan? So you either put respect on Scottie Pippen's name and that Bulls team and coaching staff, Phil Jackson. Because LeBron's, every team he's left, they've never won more than 20 games after that.
That's because everyone leaves with him.
No, it doesn't.
They'd be out.
I can't even agree with that. I can't even agree with that because when LeBron left Miami, they still had the same team. They won 17 games, and you add a Kyrie Irving to that team. Drew knows how I feel about Kyrie's. Stephon Murray 2.0, dribble too much, never win nothing. That's why Deion Waiters punched him in his mouth. Like, he's not a winner. Everything is for himself. He needs a Larry Brown to coach him and to surround him with an Aaron McKee and an Eric Snow. And bang, bang. But in this NBA, he won't get it done. Not in this NBA.
No way.
No, you got to be a shooter. Like, you need shooters around you. So that's not going to get it done. And I'm anxious to get off the topic to see how him and KD get along.
I was just about to ask you. You're the only person that I know since we was kids. You're a Nets fan.
Yep. It made it hard to root for the Nets once they moved to Brooklyn.
Yeah,
but, you know, I'm getting used to it now. I'm getting used
Nets,
to it.
Nets, Mets, and Jets.
That's right. I root for the underdog. I sympathize with them.
So how do you think the Brooklyn Nets would fare, you know, considering the fact that KD comes back healthy, Kyrie comes back healthy, and who they already have?
Right.
LeBron, Dinwiddie, the big boy, DeAndre Jordan, the other kid with the afro.
From Texas, Allen, yes.
Yeah.
Tough team.
So what do you think about that team?
Very tough team. Better than Milwaukee. We just got to see the toughness now. We know LeVert is tough. We know D Window's tough. Allen is tough. We just got to see their toughness now. And we know from basketball, I've told you this a million times. We only seen one team come together the first year and win, and that's that Boston Celtics team. No other team has come together the first year and won a championship that we've seen in our lifetime. And the veterans on that team, the coaching on that team, it's not like a bunch of kids together. You know what I'm saying? Grown-ass men going for a chip. Like, that was their goal. Yeah. And that being said, I can't see the Nets winning the chip next year because basketball, from what we know, is chemistry, man. It's straight chemistry. You saw the Clippers bounce this year?
Yeah.
On paper, fantastic. But on the court, it just didn't work out right. They ain't have a LeBron. They ain't have a Magic. They ain't have a Rondo. They ain't have somebody to put that together. And now they want Rondo now. They want Rondo. The Clippers want Rondo. They want half for Rondo now. But, you know, that's what it is. Rondo Rondo led the league in assists with bums. And Boston, when everybody left, they go into Sacramento and led the league in assists. Like this, it's players like that. It's just certain players like that make everybody around them better.
What do you think about that Kyrie? What do you think about that? Both of you guys. What do you think about that Kyrie KD connection?
One basketball when I see them too. What's crazy is that KD already lived through this already with Westbrook. He's
That's what I'm saying.
Yes, now you playing with niggas that have no egos and Steph and Clay. Now you're gonna go to the ultra ego. Both of y'all have ultra egos, and y'all both so sensitive. How is this gonna work? Y'all playing in Brooklyn, sensitive ass niggas, both of them. I don't care. I hope they see this. That means we're doing real good. But sensitive ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like sensitive. They go to media. They go to Instagram. They both very sensitive, and I don't see how that's gonna work. He already had a ball hog. Now he got a ball hog that makes shots. You know what I'm saying? Like, how is this gonna work?
What do you think, Bob?
Like he said, man, there's only one ball, bro. He's going into a twilight zone again. You know what I mean? He's getting that same player, maybe a little better than Russell and meeting Kyrie, but it ain't no sharing with the ball there. It's going to be Kyrie coming down, clear out, let him do what he does, get a bucket, and it's going to be they're just taking turns. It's going to be Dykeman in Brooklyn. So that's pretty much what it's going to come down to. But I wanted to ask you guys a question, and I'll start with Drew since me and Gio been going at it. But Drew, they've been talking a lot about Giannis, and Giannis going to play for the Heat. How do you think that works out if he does go to the Heat? And if he doesn't go to the Heat, what is one team that you could see him going other than the Heat in the East? I don't want to say West because I leave that to LeBron and let them meet. But yeah, that.
I only see one team that he can go to in the NBA and win, and that team is out in the West. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. I mean, if he goes to the Heat, if he goes to the Heat, he's gonna have more of what he doesn't have in Milwaukee, which is a more complete team. Dudes that have proven they can make shots consistently. You know what I mean? And he's in the East, so they would have to be like favorites to take the East because they was there this year without him. But what are they gonna have to give up to get him? And what are they gonna stay with once he's there? Because if you just say we're going to take Giannis and put him on the Heat and not lose Hero, Duncan Robinson, or any of those assets, then yeah, obviously I got to say that I could see them going to the NBA Finals with Giannis. But if you take all them shooters off the team and you just leave him, Jimmy Butler, and Bam Adebayo there,
makes no sense.
I don't see them winning the NBA championship with that team. You know what I mean? But if he has to go to a team that does not clog the floor. It's like Ben Simmons playing with Embiid. Embiid wants the ball in the post. Ben Simmons can't shoot. So Ben Simmons not going to get to the rack if the paint is clogged. Giannis needs a team that's going to open the floor and open the paint for him. So he could just take his one dribble from half court and dunk. But when you know what I'm saying? So Miami could be that because they don't have that one dominant big that demands the ball in the paint. So they can get everybody out of there. But I don't think he would win a championship with that team.
How about you, Gio?
Unless they keep everybody they have now.
Well, what I'm thinking is I would have loved to see him go to the Wizards for some reason.
That's tough.
The reason why I think Wizards is because they got a bunch of shooters, bunch of young kids. Besides John Wall, but we hoping that John Wall comes back with a jump shot. But I'd like to see him go to the Wizards. Two kids over there, Embiid and John Wall, that have potential of doing big things. Now you go to Miami, now you with a great organization, and that's the difference there. I'm thinking about players that he can grow with and evolve with. John Wall, these niggas still young. You know what I'm saying? John Wall maybe 26, another one 25, 24. Niggas been in the league since 19.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about somebody he could grow with. But Miami would by far be the best organization because how it's run and Pat Riley. You know what I'm saying? Pat Riley, Miami, you're going to get players to go there. But I would like to see him play with a Bradley Beal. And I think that they spread the court. They don't have no big.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like what Giannis does is get in the paint. Either he dunk it, because there's no mid-range in Giannis. I ain't seen a nigga shoot a mid-range jump shot in my whole life.
Not at all.
Everything goes straight to the basket. When he get in the mid-range, you open. And you know what I'm saying? Like, but I like to see him go to the Wizards, but Miami would definitely be a better business decision. Pat Riley gonna make sure he right. You know what I'm saying? Like he gonna make sure he build a team around him.
Do you think Ben Simmons and Embiid can win? Because that Sixers team, I think, needs to be taken apart, dismantled.
I can't see him winning in this NBA. I can't see it because you can put the ball in Ben Simmons' hands, and then you bring Joel outside into the paint. He's not Porzingis. He's not agile. No, every time I see Joel jump, I'm thinking, and he fall, I'm thinking he broke something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how long he's gonna play NBA basketball for. And then he has to be in the perimeter. He has to be out there because the game is not back down here, post up, make it happen, pass out the double team. That with Ben Simmons, that's impossible because now you expect Ben Simmons to get in the paint, 6'10", point guard, being guarded by a point guard. You expect this man to get in the paint. Like it's too easy. Then to have Joel and his big in there. You know what I'm saying? Like with Ben Simmons, to me, send that nigga to Golden State. Send him to Golden State. Rebound, outlet, him and Draymond.
He don't have to shoot.
He don't have to shoot. He gonna get in the paint at will, and then we gonna leave Clay and Wiggins and Steph open. No, it's a layup. And if you do have
Wiggins is still. I mean, I don't know. I don't know about Wiggins.
Wiggins is not KD, but he better than Harrison Barnes right now. Even at that time, Wiggins 25 years old, 25 points a game. Does he have that killer that we're looking for and the number one draft pick? No, he don't have that killer, but he don't need it playing with Clay and Steph and Draymond.
Oh, no. Not with them.
You don't need it. Now you sit in the corner and you shoot your open threes, ball fake, dunking on somebody. Like he's their best athlete right now, and the season ain't even started yet. He's their best athlete, correct?
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. What do you think about Golden State coming into next year healthy?
I love Golden State. If they healthy, who gonna beat them? LeBron. It's gonna them and LeBron. There ain't nobody else gonna beat them. Andrew Wiggins is 25 a game. It's not like the nigga got a bucket at 50% field goal percentage. He's gonna be wide open, and that's the team's game planning for him at Minnesota. Imagine now. I'm not gonna say he's gonna have 25 a game, but he gonna shoot 70%. Boy, fucking with them niggas. Fucking with them niggas, he's gonna shoot 70%. You shooting 50 at Minnesota, getting double team. And like I said, he's not KD, but he better than Harrison Barnes.
Got you. I agree. I agree. What you think about them coming up this year, Bob?
The Golden State Warriors?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Like they coming off of injuries. If they could come back and do what they've been doing in the past few years, then I don't see a problem. I don't see them missing a glitch, but I think they're gonna need a little bit more than a Draymond Green to mess with the Lakers. You know, I mean, that's a whole other territory right there. You're dealing with AD down low. You got Dwight Howard. If he comes back, like I don't think it's gonna. I think they're gonna need at least that one more person to maybe have Draymond Green be that decoy instead of being the it down low. You know what I mean? And he plays a lot outside. But to go back to Jill, what he said with Wiggins, absolutely 100%. Wiggins should be averaging 30 this year, shooting 70% with no problem. And again, that might be Wiggins' way to become that player. You know what I mean? With these two making him look like, a star. You never know. It could potentially be his year. You know what I mean? But yeah,
I don't know. Wiggins never averaged 25 on a good team.
No, but he's been double teamed and he's been game planned against. So this is easier. There's like Devin Booker saying in that open run, don't double team. Y'all get double teamed all season. This man ain't gonna see a double team for the rest of his life.
Yeah, that's a fact.
He's not gonna see a double team again.
Yeah, that's a fact.
It makes the game easier for him. That's what I'm saying.
He controls his fate. You gotta open. He's gonna be open. You gotta hit the shot, and let's see what happens.
Absolutely. And then he's a slasher. He's a driver. They don't have that component on that team. They don't have that. I get to the bucket. Throw it on everybody.
No, not at all.
In the paint, jump over. They don't have that component. He fits perfect with them. Steph getting the paint alleys. Your man Wiggins coming baseline. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a piece that's missing. Yeah, that's a piece that's missing. And listen, as far as Golden State, when you shoot the way they shoot, you're not out of no game, brother. I think they already proved that.
Yeah,
I think they're ready.
That's another thing.
When two players on your team are able to make 14 threes any given night, when you got Game 6 Clay out there, because put some respect on Klay Thompson. Nigga locked up. big games come up bigger than Steph Curry.
Yeah.
And we've seen it. And when that man get hot, ain't a better show to watch in the NBA than Clay when he had that 37 in one quarter.
Yeah.
That's fuck 3 dribbles. Like, that's a tough team. And whoever can respect how tough that team was, without KD, they was tough. With KD, nobody can beat them. Like, it's impossible to beat them. Too many niggas making shots.
Yeah.
Too many niggas make shots. I'm talking little football right now. Lamar Jackson against Patrick Mahomes. Lamar Jackson, Westbrook. Fang. Steph Curry can shoot, boy. Mahomes can shoot.
Good comparison, man.
Mahomes can shoot.
Good comparison.
We ain't running back and forth doing nothing. No. Well, I'm shooting, nigga. Man, and I'm gonna make a lot of these.
So you got them going to the Western Conference Finals next year with LA?
I gotta see what the Clippers do. Because the Clippers still have Kawhi. And you know Kawhi's tough. They got a tough little team with them. They need to get bigger and probably a shooter. They need more shooting. Like the NBA now, you need to spread the court. You got too many dudes that want to do the mid-range on the Clippers. And that's not helping them at all. And they can't really guard no big. Like, they play hard. Kawhi play hard. Harold play hard. Zubac can play hard, but you can't really guard the big. You know what I'm saying? Jokic killed y'all.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And Jokic is an animal. Like, it's not like Jokic kill everybody, but Jokic kill your team. Like that big in the middle, 10 assists, 8 assists, finding open people, it killed them. Like they need to, and them not being able to make threes.
Totally.
Probably couldn't throw a beach ball in the ocean.
Oh no, not him. Not him. He works out with Tim's.
Yeah. You know, he played hard. I thought it was a good fit for that team because I thought they would make enough shots.
Yeah.
But the way the NBA is now, man, like you gotta be able to make threes. You gotta be able to make threes, man.
Yeah, you have to.
It's just the way the NBA is now, man.
Yeah, you have to. Do you agree with Giannis getting the MVP this year? I ain't asked neither one of y'all that question. So what's good?
Well, if I go first, let me say that when it comes down to it, Giannis and LeBron, Giannis has the worst team in the NBA. Compared to LeBron, compared to a lot of other superstars, Giannis' team is not that good. And you still win 65 games, regular season games. Because we know playoff basketball is different.
Yeah.
You have to play the same team 7 times. We adjust. It's not like you come into town, niggas don't care. All right, go ahead, Giannis. No, we're gonna game plan for Giannis. Different from 82 game schedule.
Yeah.
His team is trash. But LeBron went to the West, had the number 1 seed, and his numbers then never fall off. That's been the narrative, that LeBron's in the weak East. But then you give Giannis 2 back-to-back MVPs in the weak East. LeBron went out West at 35. Got the number 1 seed in the West. How does he not win the MVP? Now, who's more valuable to their team? Who has, like LeBron has AD. Giannis has nobody near AD.
Nothing.
Well, the narrative's been that LeBron's doing this in the weak-ass East, but you're going to go give this nigga back-to-back MVPs in the weak East? Like, nah, there's something wrong with the media. Seems like a lot of hate.
How about you, Bob?
He can't do this in the West. He can't do that in the West. Then he just went out there and had the number 1 seed. He was out there last year, the year before, with Lonzo Ball and Ingram and them little niggas, and had the best record in the West before he got hurt. 31-18, 32-18, some wild number. He had the best record in the West before he got hurt.
Yeah.
With a team that probably couldn't have won the championship, but LeBron's that good that they won 32 games.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Before he got hurt. Yeah. So the media is, I don't know if they just like Giannis more, the LeBron hate. You know, some people just don't like greatness, man. Like, how can you not like Michael Jordan or LeBron James or Kobe Bryant? Like, how can you not like them? You know, I understand that you're a fan of a certain city or a certain team, but how can you say, I hate Michael Jordan? How you hate greatness?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How you hate LeBron James? Like, I don't like LeBron James, or you don't like something about him, but you gotta respect. You gotta respect greatness, man. So that's how I feel about that. I think LeBron should have won it because, because of everything I said.
What you think, Bob?
Hey, yo, man, I've been going back and forth. I've been confused at times, but honestly, I'm gonna be straight up. Gio just made it more clear in perspective. He said Giannis, he got the MVP last year, bum team, but then again played in a bum division, Eastern Conference. But then when you think about the Lakers, LeBron deserved it, but he had AD. And then Gio says, and it's true, it's facts. Giannis don't have nobody. So I think that if you have to measure it by an edge, that's the edge, which is what's going to make me lean over to Giannis getting MVP, and I agree with it. But again, if they would have handed it over to LeBron, no argument. Honestly, there's a lot of years LeBron should have got MVP and he didn't get it, but that's a whole nother argument.
Oh no, absolutely. But like for what they break down the award to mean, like you're the most valuable player on your team who means the most to their team, it's Giannis, because you take him off that team and they're the Knicks.
I agree. And I agree with that. That's why I don't have a problem with either one. But LeBron can't win it back-to-back. LeBron can't win them back-to-back in the East. But you give this man back-to-back in the East. And the problem with the media saying LeBron's doing in the weak East, but then you go get this man too. That's what I have a problem with. I don't have a problem with him winning it last year. Yeah. This year, I have a problem with it because of what LeBron did to change the narrative of him not being a win out west.
Coming out the West.
It's tough. The West is tough. Even though you had no Golden State this year, the West still's tough. It's still tough. Like you got the best players in the world out west.
That's a fact.
East, you got Giannis, Joel. I don't know if you could put Ben in there. Now you got to put Jimmy Butler in there. After these finals, he fucking around be a Hall of Famer now.
Nah, Ben Simmons don't get there.
Right. So out east, what do you have? You got Bradley Beal, who's a bucket, but he's putting up points on a bad team. Like that's Charles Barkley. Somebody got to score and rebound on a bad team. I'll never forget Charles Barkley said that. Somebody got to do it. And he was
that's a fact.
Having 18 rebounds. Nigga say he's not going to do that in Cleveland. So somebody had a rebound score on the bad team.
Totally.
You know what I'm saying? Like not everybody's the number one option because the franchise gave them the keys to the truck.
Oh no, that's a fact. That's a fact. Right. People get that twisted all the time, and it just doesn't pan out that way. Most of the time, that's not the case. Right. You know what I mean? Just because you're the best player on your team, don't mean you're gonna lead your team anywhere, bro.
Absolutely.
Look at Westbrook. As great as he is, he was never gonna win as being the best player on his team. It's just not. It's not what it is. You know what I mean? He led the average triple doubles for 2 years in a row, but he wasn't going to win.
No, especially not in this NBA.
Yeah, no way.
Where you need to be a shooter.
Yeah,
you need to be the shooter. You need to be. All right, you don't need to be a shooter, but if you're going to be the best player on your team, you better be able to score. You better be able to score on the bucket at a good usage rate. You can't put the ball in the bucket at 25 from 3 and 39 from 2.
No way.
You can't be the best player on your team and win that way. No.
Nah, never.
Maybe in the 90s, but not maybe in the 80s, but not now. Too many shooters. Telling you and left the other day, they draft different. Like Steph Curry probably would have never got drafted in the late 90s, early 90s, late 80s. I can only go back as far as I've been watching.
Yeah.
Like how many people had Kyrie's game at that time? Maybe Isaiah. Tim Hardaway came with his shit.
Rod Strickland
had some shit with him. You had the fucking European at Golden State that had some shit with him. Marshallonis. Lefty had some shit with him.
Yeah.
But a lot of dribble, a lot of just shake and bake and all that.
Yeah.
The NBA wasn't ready for that at that time. They were still drafting goons. They were still drafting Alonzo Mournings and Mutombos, dudes who will never get drafted in this era.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You got one big that may go top 3, Wiseman, and Wiseman is nothing like these dudes. Wiseman.
What you think about them kids that's coming up next? That's what I was going to ask you. That this draft class. What do you think about it? I want to hear what y'all think about it.
Well, I watched the college game. I love the kid Edwards, and I love the kid at Dayton, man. The OT Popey kid, man. I love that kid. Then Cole Anthony, I don't know about Cole. I've seen a lot of Cole, and I don't know about Cole.
You're not convinced?
I'm not convinced with Cole. And then I saw an interview with him the other day talking about that he a scorer, that he a buck in NBA. But you playing point guard, you 6'3", brother. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, he's 6'3". So I don't know about him. And then we're gonna go into Ball, because Ball is probably the biggest topic of this draft. I didn't see him play enough. He was playing overseas. You know, I see the highlights and all that, but I didn't see a game where I got to see the turnovers and why he turned it over and how he handled the pick and roll. Like, I didn't get to see none of that.
What's your judgment on him from what you have seen?
6'7" point guard. I heard this a million times. I heard this going all the way back to Billy Owens. You know what I'm saying? The first time I heard about the next Magic was Billy Owens. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That don't transpire into the NBA. I didn't think Ben Simmons would work because you can't guard the point.
At all.
You can't guard the point. You can't be 6'10", guard the point. My biggest example is Ron Artest came out to Dykeman, Defensive Player of the Year. Adili gave him 40. Who the fuck expect him to stay in front of Adili?
Yeah.
You want to lock up Adili 94 feet. You serious, nigga?
I got that shit on DVD.
Are you serious? Like, if we know basketball, we know that there's no way in the world Ron Artest could stay in front of Adili for a whole game 94 feet. He's too slow for him.
Yeah.
He's too slow for him. So how is Ben Simmons going to go out there and guard Kyrie Irving? Guard Russell Westbrook? Are you too slow at 6'10"?
But bro, just to add on to that, I saw a game in Dykeman. I know it's a little off the topic, but I saw a game in Dykeman where remember Kendall from Harlem?
Yeah, of course.
They were playing against, I don't know what team, but J.R. Smith was on it. And J.R. Smith could move. J.R. Smith could move.
Half court, bro.
Right, because Kendall was like right there. Bro, you put the and they're not calling fouls right away. So he couldn't get by him. You know what I mean? That's you make great points, man. That's what it is.
I mean, you know, you're 6'8", trying to chase 5'11". Come on.
Yeah.
We know basketball. We know that's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, it looked good. It looked good. If people talk about it, but if you know basketball, you know it wouldn't happen in the league. Mano Testing won the Defensive Player of the Year chasing Terrell Brandon around, let's say, or Muggsy Bogues and them around. No,
absolutely not.
He got that. The Lakers lost the first time to Paul Pierce and them. And what Kobe went and did? Kobe said, "Yo, man, come guard this boy, man. Yeah, we're gonna play him again next year. Come guard this boy." And then KG got hurt. They ended up playing Orlando, but then they played again the year after that. Paul Pierce ain't winning no Finals MVP with
Perkins got hurt.
Oh, Perkins got hurt. Yes.
Perkins got hurt.
White killed him. Yes.
Perkins got hurt.
I think KG got hurt that year too.
Perkins got hurt in the finals against us. No, we lost Bynum. We lost Bynum the first year we played him.
You know, I'm talking about the year Orlando made the finals. That KG got hurt.
KG.
Yeah. That Skip took that team to the finals,
and then they shitted on him.
And Pat Van Gundy disrespecting him and gave the boy Jameer Nelson game one of the finals.
In the finals.
Motherfucker, Skip got you there, nigga.
Yeah,
that's what And then Jameer Nelson go shoot 2 for 27 in game one. Nigga, Skip should be playing. Who led you to the finals? 3 rounds. Skip to Malou 1. Ray for Austin.
Yeah.
3 rounds for you, nigga.
Yeah. I think Melo Ball is gonna fit in the NBA nice, man. From what I've seen, obviously we didn't get an NCAA tournament, so we didn't get to see all them sleeper players that were borderline maybe getting drafted to showing you that they belong, and then we didn't see maybe this kid is overhyped. Look at him getting exposed. We didn't see none of that. So a kid like that played overseas. All we have is what we see on the internet, what they make public to us. And like you said, 6'7" point guard, but the kid to me has a feel for the game, especially this NBA, where your point guard could take 2 dribbles after half court and pull up for 3, and it's not a bad shot. You know what I'm saying? And then he dribbles, he passes, he's athletic. It's not like he's just 6'7".
Can he make his jump shot? His brother was the same way, 6'6" point guard, but can he make a shot? He's shooting weird too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Weird too. And with Lonzo, muscle memory gonna have you make that shot. But with Lonzo, sometimes it may be up here.
Yeah,
nigga, I'm gonna change my shot. Sometimes it may be up here. We all hoop, Bob at a higher level. But when you're in your mind, your confidence is like 60% of shooting the basketball.
I say more.
A basketball, you cannot think in your mind this is off.
Yes.
Like you just don't feel it. It's like when you take a good shot and you be like, I knew that was going in. Like you know when it's like you have that, so you can't have the confidence to be like this is not going in. And I think that's Lonzo's problem. I think Lonzo don't believe in his jump shot anymore, and it's horrible. It's a horrible jump shot. The shit is ugly. It takes too long to release. It's coming from the hip all the way over here. Like it's too much going on in that jump shot. You know what I'm saying? That memory of have him make him. I seen Rajon Rondo hit 3 out of 4 the other night. This man couldn't shoot. I seen Jason Kidd leave the NBA as number 2 all time in threes made, and he came to the NBA couldn't motherfucking throw a beach ball in the ocean because he's Patrick Beverly. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he started making them. So everybody learn how to shoot. You gotta do is shoot them, and you gotta have the confidence to shoot them. They all learn how to shoot sooner or later, you know, except for Shaq at the free throw line and DeAndre Jordan. But if you see Rajon Rondo making them and Jason Kidd or even Magic Johnson, Magic is a shooter. He in threes at the end of his career. He calling it down the All-Star game, hitting threes in their face with aim, 3 in the row, bang, 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 bang. And so it's confidence and muscle memory going to have you make them sooner or later anyway. You keep shooting, you keep shooting, you keep shooting, and this is what you practice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping Lonzo gets that sooner or later. He starts making is more consistent, but then you got to change the shot.
Yeah, no,
and that's what I see with the little ball. His shot, his shot looks weird.
Yeah, it is.
It looks weird. He shoot with his feet closed.
Yeah,
his feet are closed when he shoot. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like your father let you keep shooting in this way, but you don't want to take the coaching to change it. You know, because his right foot lands in front of him. Say he shoots a 3, his right foot lands in. Let's say this: his feet land the way Steph Curry lands when he thinks he made a 3. Like you know when they stop, even LeBron does it. Like he land like that all the time. Yeah, I want to see more Klay Thompson. I want to see jump straight up and down, land. Yeah, that's what I would like to see. You know what I'm saying? Because you already know your brother shit is broke. Now you're gonna come in here with an unorthodox shot also.
That's a fact.
That's a red flag.
No, totally.
Red flag to me. That you don't want to change.
Sleeper team for next year. West. Coming out from West. Dallas.
I love that. I love Dallas this year.
Dallas,
I think they'll win sooner or later. Their coaching and their owner, stability in the organization, because you got to think about things like that too. I don't care who Devin Booker gets next year. It's the something about the organization that's don't let them go forward, like the Jets, like the Mets. You know what I'm saying? We get anybody we want, man. But it's something about the whole organization as a whole is just not. It's not championship caliber.
Yeah.
But Dallas, we know, has that. Carlisle got a chip. They've been the 2. Mark Cuban gonna spend all the money in the world.
He got the bag.
Loves basketball.
Yeah.
That's another thing. You got a lot of these owners who love basketball. Now, a lot of young men own basketball teams. A lot of rich, young, successful men that really this is like a hobby to them that they love and they want to build a team. And Mark Cuban is one of those men. I think Mark Cuban is probably the first one.
That's his Dykeman right there, the NBA. And who you got on the East?
Yeah, he'll do whatever. He pays his superstars. They know that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and Porzingis and Doncic to me has he's all winner.
He's
like,
different, bro.
When we talk about Trey and we talk about Luka, I'm scared of Trey because Trey showed me too much Kyrie. He's a great basketball player. Something about the win column.
The wins don't add up.
Where Luka, boy, nigga been winning since he jumped out of bed. Even he jumped out of bed.
That's a fact.
Daddy's nuts.
That's a fact. Who's your East sleeper?
My East sleeper for next season. We gotta go with the draft first, but I like the talent at Chicago Bulls. I'm not saying that they will win anything, but I expect Chicago and Atlanta Hawks to be much better this year.
How about you?
If Atlanta is not better this year, third season for Trey, I'm gonna have to put them in the Steph, Stephen Francis, and Kyrie category.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
So my East to come out of the East, I'm gonna go with the Nets, but my sleeper is gonna be the Indiana Pacers. I like what they were doing this past year. They got a couple of guys that showed up and they showed that they could put the ball in the basket, and if they could continue to work on their game over here, you got Oladipo, you got a couple of guys that surround him. They can stay healthy. Hopefully, they cherish.
And who's going to coach him? They got rid of a good coach who's well respected, a black man at that, well respected in the NBA.
I forgot his name. Oh, he played for the Sonics, right?
Yeah, for the Sonics. He used to play with the Sonics. Oh man, I can't believe I forgot the name.
He used to play for the Sonics. I remember when he put the
Portland. He had Portland hooping with Aldridge and Dillon and them. Like he had them hooping. I forgot his name. I wanted to say Aaron McKee, but that's not Aaron McKee.
Nick McMillan.
I can't believe Sean Kemp, GP. He went to the finals with them.
Yep. Yo, let me ask you a question. The NBA, that's rumor city, right? So D'Angelo Russell went and got together with Cat, right? Supposedly, they want to make a play for Devin Booker to wind up over there because the three of them are buddies. Mm-hmm. What do you think that would do to the whole Western Conference if them three young kids get together now?
First of all, they couldn't guard my grandmother coming around to pick them three. Now, go ahead, Bob. Non-defending ass niggas. There's three of them, not one of them. There's three of them.
Yeah, man. Like Gio said, they gotta play defense and they're young. You know what I mean? I think they would have to wait their turn. You got LeBron over now in the West, just won a ring. You got all these other teams up in front of them. I know Devin Booker done did his time in Phoenix, but if he goes play with Timberwolves, there's a whole other world. There's a brand new start. So at the end of the day, you got Dallas, you got the Blazers coming back hungry every year. Lillard always coming back to do what he does. The Clippers coming back again. I think they're the young team that will have to wait their turn.
Got you. So, LeBron's legacy. We're going to end off on this. LeBron's legacy cemented. This championship, I feel it counts. Bob says it don't. Where does LeBron rank amongst your top five? Whichever y'all want to go first.
Michael, LeBron, Magic, Larry. I'm not going to say Kareem because I call Kareem at the very, very end. But those are definitely my top four basketball players of all time. My fifth.
You don't know Kobe? You don't got Kobe in there?
My fifth will have to be Cole. But I always go back and forth with. You see, I put more skilled players in there, right? Because we're not talking about the Shaqs but Hakeem. Hakeem, when it comes to skill, I always have a hard time with Hakeem and with Kobe as my fifth. Because when Mike left the league, I saw what Hakeem did. You know what I'm saying? When Mike left the league for them 2 years, there was no question who was the best player in the world. Nice. And that was Hakeem Olajuwon, the dream. Is he better than Kobe? No. But the only reason I don't, because he's a big, and we always make a list of smalls. Our list always has players that are versatile or that are skilled.
Yeah.
So Hakeem was skilled.
Yeah, totally.
Hakeem wasn't a regular big.
Totally.
He wasn't shooting the three like these boys are doing now, but then that would be my top five. Absolutely. Michael, LeBron, Magic, Larry Bird to me is one of the coldest motherfuckers I've ever seen in my life. 27, 10, and 7 for his life. Cold, 3 championships, cold. The heart of a champion. He was just a tough motherfucker.
Yeah.
And Kobe. And that would be my 5. But you can't. I will never take Larry Bird off for any list because I've seen what that man could do.
Yeah, me too. The youngins say I'm bugging because I hold on to that, but I'm like, y'all ain't see what he did. He was different with no athleticism.
Larry Bird was different.
Killer.
When a white man say it was disrespectful for another white man to guard you, you know he different. So you got white people guard me, that's disrespectful. I want to hear 2 top 5 after Bob though.
Yeah.
So wait. So my top 5, I'm gonna break it down. Top 5 right now. And
Period.
Then the top
5.
I gotta name it, but I gotta put in this perspective. Like, all right. So my top 5: Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Shaq, and Tim Duncan. Mm-hmm. Now, this is and this cast was mostly talking about Lakers and LeBron, but Do I think when his career is done, is he going to be number one? Yeah, I honestly think that he's going to bypass Michael Jordan. Well, if you want to argue because his career was 30 years long, yeah, that's the reason why. And the reason why and what I'm going to support my fact about with my detail is, bro, you got to put a lot of work into your body, longevity. Again, technology wasn't the way it was back then with Michael Jordan, which he still did a good job staying healthy, a couple of ankle sprains here and there. But bro, what LeBron James is doing with his body, I had not seen him get pinched one time. I'm sure he's going through it, but to come in every game and play and not get hurt, I see him winning 4 or 5 more championships if everything turns out the way it's supposed to.
How many more?
Maybe between 3 to 5. I'm not gonna wild out. 3 to 5 in between.
3 or 5 more chips.
At a minimum 3, anywhere between 3 and 5 if it gets there. But minimum at least 3 more chips, man. If everything turns out the way it's supposed to be, everybody stays healthy and AD and whatever they do. But yeah, man, that's my 5 right now.
LeBron has the type of game that he can play till he's 42.
But that's part of greatness. That's part of being the top. That's part of taking the GOAT and running with it. But his career ain't up yet. So all this hoopla and this shenanigans about let LeBron finish career.
See, my thing with LeBron is this. I've always said LeBron James is more Magic Johnson than Michael Jordan. So if you a dude that's pass first, if you a dude that makes your teams better, makes players better because you defer when you can take over, and you're not even a scorer, but you put up the numbers of arguably one of the best scorers ever in the NBA, it's hard not to say that he's in that same company. Because LeBron, like we all say, he doesn't have that killer instinct. He doesn't have that killer instinct, but he does in his own way. I've always knocked him for that. I knocked him when he left to Miami because I said, yo, make him come to you because of blah, blah, the greats all stayed with their one team and it's a new NBA. I had to realize, yo, bro, it's different times. My knock on LeBron was you left in the prime of your life, something that none of the dudes I saw growing up would have done. But you know what? It's a new NBA. It's a new time. So you can't be that old dude that's, he only scores because there's no hand checking. Like, you got to evolve. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, nigga. To the hand checking point, niggas be like, yo, I have 50 in this era. So why nobody else have 50?
Nobody.
Well, I have 50 in this era. So why nobody else averaging 40?
Yeah.
I hate to hear shit like that.
Yeah. It's not even that. That's not even the case. So to me, it's like for LeBron to even be mentioned in the same breath as Michael Jordan speaks for how great he is because they're not comparable basketball players.
Ain't nothing wrong with coming in second place sometimes.
Huh?
Ain't nothing wrong with coming in second place sometimes.
Not at all. Not to the best.
Right.
Because that's not really second place. You're the first loser, if anything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it's like we don't compare Magic and Mike ever. We don't compare Magic and Mike. But they compare LeBron and Mike. So that goes to say that says a lot about LeBron.
There's a lot of people who think Magic the best player all the time, though.
There's a lot of people that feel Kareem was.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that say Bill Russell was because he won 11 chips, 8 in a row or whatever. You know what I mean? So, like, it all depends who you speak to because my thing is Bill Russell won all them chips. There was like 8 teams in the NBA and like 80% of the greatest players in the NBA were Celtics. But then that's not his fault.
Absolutely not. Before we go, Magic, LeBron, type of players that come with me. We're going to the finals where Kobe and Mike was more like rebound for me. We're gonna try to get this.
And I'm gonna get y'all. I'm gonna get y'all some.
Take my 40. Right.
Yeah, I'll give you my top 5: Mike, LeBron, Kobe, Magic, and it's between Larry Bird, Shaq, and Charles Barkley.
I love Charles Barkley too.
To this day, he didn't win, but what he did at the size he did it, it wasn't being done. It wasn't being done. He came up in an era where there was 4, 5, 7 footers on every team in the NBA. He's getting 14 rebounds a game, bro.
Like, not for me on Barkley, it seemed like he didn't care until he got old.
Yeah.
Like he saw his years winding down,
And they panicked.
And he said, "Yo, I need a chip. I need a chip. I need a chip."
Yeah.
You ain't take it that serious when you was a young man.
Yeah, that's a whole fact.
That's my problem with Bark.
That's a whole fact.
At the end of the day, Bark is one of the best players ever. Before Tim Duncan, to me, he was way better than Karl Malone.
I agree.
More than Karl Malone. There's no question about that. Barkley was shooting threes.
Yep.
97, 98 at the power forward. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was stepping out.
But Larry Bird got to be there too. So if I got to choose between them, I got to go Larry Legend, man. He played a game left-handed. He played a game left-handed for a half.
And what wasn't here? And what wasn't here?
Yeah.
He had it all in there.
All the time.
All the time. They didn't want to lose. Toughness. I seen him fight Lane Beer. I seen him Dr. J. Like he had niggas tight in their fitness, and then he was fighting back.
Yeah. He wasn't so
motherfucker. Little motherfucker. And then he hit the shot in your face. Like he make a clutch shot.
That shit.
Imagine Larry Bird playing in this NBA, nigga. The 3-point record would be his. He would have hit 20 in the game. Nigga.
Oh, yeah.
Hit 20 in the game.
Easy. Yo, G, I appreciate you, broski, for coming up
guys, man. I'm trying
to get you and Left up here at the same time, or Stace and you. I'm a little corridor of us. You know what I mean? And some good basketball talk, bro.
I had a great time. This was very entertaining to me. You know I love to talk sports, brother.
You already know. I appreciate it.
Great thing, man. You already know.
Same old here, bro.
Yo, Bob, you already, man. Another episode of What's the Word podcast, our first live stream. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you when I see you.
Yes, sir.